What's up, YouTube? YouTube. All right, we're going live before my daughter gets home. I got about 1 hour. Bus drops her off at about around 5 o'clock. So, damn, my baby spends a whole damn half a day at school from 8 o'clock to 5. Man, that's some long hours for a kid. What's up, D? I wanted to do a live stream, dude. About just this live stream is letting you guys talk. This app that I have won't let YouTube comment in the comment section below for some reason, but I'll read it off as people type. Like if you want to talk about something, this part of I guess, a little fun I'm having called Let the People Talk, because a lot of people have stuff to say, but a lot of them are scared to say it. So if you want me to mention your name, well, I know you don't care if I mention your name, but if you don't want me to mention your name, I won't mention it. Right off the bat, I'm just not going to mention your name. But I will state your comment, then we'll speak on it. So if you have any questions, man, or anything you want to say about Fragcom, or you just want to talk about fragrances or what you got buying, or what you're buying, what's up new, besides your group, which is DB's Sensations. I'm not scared. Dapper knows. DB knows. Dapper blows. DB knows. Yeah, Dapper does blow. It's a damn shame what he did. So I know probably a lot of people are not going to be on right now. Probably taking care of the kids and stuff right about now. But I just wanted to go live to talk about bullshit, pretty much. Or whatever. Anything important. I'm over here drinking coffee. So I talked to this dude, Scent Nation. He was telling me that he went to was it Scent Explore? And we're gonna go live about 6 o'clock after my daughter gets home, I guess. But I'm gonna talk about it here, then we'll talk about it on his channel when I go live on his channel. Just dropped my own creation, the Greedy King. Nice. So it's for sale. I know you only have a limited amount, right? So if people want it, they need to jump on it. And that's one of the ones that was requested in Dapper Facebook group, right? Yeah. Okay, so this dude, Scent Nation, was telling me he did go to Scent Explorer. I believe it was this year or last year, or the last Scent Explorer, or the only Scent Explorer. I believe that was the only one. And he said all the snobby people like Steven, Demi Rollins, Jeremy Fragrance, they all stayed in their little clique. And they didn't really want to take photos or like shake hands with anyone. They just basically stayed in their little clique. And, that tells me a lot about these people. These people aren't willing to reach out to help people. They only want to reach out to help people they want to help, not people who actually need the help. So they have their biases, and I guess everyone does, right? But like, if you're going to advertise Scent Explorer and you guys are call yourself part of the community, then why don't you make everyone else feel like part of the community? Put Big Beard in that category. Yeah, I mean, I don't honestly. Who has Big Beard endorsed lately? Like who is he upping? As far as trying to help them, I seen Ashton help out smaller, not real small, but smaller YouTubers. YouTubers that have what Ashton may think have potential, right? But he doesn't help people who he thinks doesn't have potential. That's the thing. Help someone who you don't think has the potential. That's how you help. If someone has the potential, why the fuck you helping them? But Ashton only helps Studio Sense. That's his homeboy. I think so. I think I know who you're talking about. Is that blonde haired dude? Now, I've seen Ashley call out a couple of people before. And I won't lie. I said, I'm not going to sit here in front. I seen Ashton call out some black people, call out all kinds of people, to be honest with you. But at the same time, Ashton, the problem I have with it is that he's only calling out people that he knows has potential to become greater in the fragrance game, but he doesn't want to help out people who he feels like is just a letdown, right? Go look at Ashton's tag video, which is the double up video. The 4 fragrances to double up on. This motherfucker says someone tagged me. I don't know who tagged me in this video. Guess who tagged him in that fuck? I fucking tagged him in that video. Unless somebody else tagged him, but that was my original tag. The double up frag video tag, that is my fucking tag that I started. And Ashton and everybody else in this fragrance community, all the top tier reviewers were starting to do it. But it started here. And so you can't tell me that smaller YouTube channels can't contribute to this fucking community. You know? Most have no clue what that... Yeah, exactly. A lot of them don't have a clue what it means, man. So yeah, I said if you want to speak on it, bro, speak on it. I feel where you're coming from, said I really do. But I'm gonna tell you what's real. I've seen videos where Ashton has tagged other YouTubers, but not YouTubers that he feel doesn't have potential. Look, if you're gonna play fair, play fair. You're gonna tag people who have 5,000 subscribers, who have 3,000. Tag the motherfucker that has 5 subscribers. Help him. You know what I'm saying? Tag the motherfucker that has 12 subscribers. Help him. If you're going to help somebody, help everybody. Help all in one. All for one and one for all. Right? 3 Musketeer type deal. Fucking everybody help everybody if they can. You know, just don't pick and choose, cherry picking and shit because you have a bias or because, you know, everyone in this community has something to give, you know, something to contribute. Everyone. Every single last one of us, man. We're all special. Every last one of us. And I'm not going to doubt that these top tier reviewers aren't special because they got there somehow, but they got there and then they stopped being special. They got there and their heads got too fucking big, where to the point where they don't want to help us. And here's one of the things that these top tier reviewers realize. They realize that if they help us and everyone else becomes relevant, they become irrelevant. That's why these top tier reviewers barely go live. And if they do go live, they go live like once or twice a year. And when they do go live, and you sitting there in their live and you're commenting and chatting, these motherfuckers don't chat back to you. They don't mention you or shout you out much. You know what I'm saying? I do see Ashton do that every now and then, you know? Ashton does help out a little bit, but Ashton does have his bias. He really does, you know. There's certain things that Ashton has done that's pissed me off. I learned what I needed from them, but now I use my own thoughts and go out there and smell myself. I don't take their opinions seriously. Yeah, a lot of them are salesmen, man. And that's the difference. Salesman, reviewer, or just an ordinary person on YouTube who has a passion for fragrances. That's me. I'm just an ordinary motherfucker that tells it like it is, has a passion for fragrances. I care about people. I hate people getting fucked over. I stand up for the underdog and the people who are getting fucked over. I hate that shit, man. I hate it. And here's why I'm going to tell you why I hate it, straight up. One of the reasons why I hate that shit. Because when I was at my grandmother's house, man, one of my aunts came with her kids. 2 boys. And it was me, my sister, and my little brother was sitting at the kitchen table. And she took her 2 boys, fed them breakfast, and didn't feed my little brother, and my little sister no breakfast. Bro, you know what kind of impact that shit had on me in my life? After I seen that shit, I was like, I will never let anybody go without food. In my life, I would never let anybody get fucked over while other people eat and other people starve. If I have a piece of bread and there's 10 motherfuckers starving, I'm going to break that bitch into 11 pieces. Yeah, that's just how I feel. Yeah, I've learned a lot from all of them, to be honest with you. But I learned a lot more negative shit about them personally than I've learned about fragrances. I learned how shallow these motherfuckers are. I learned how greedy they are. I learned how money hungry they are. You know? I've learned how they manipulate the system. I learned how the biases and the algorithm of YouTube favor them and don't give a shit about us. You know, they said once you reach 100,000 subscribers, you get a YouTube handler, a Google handler. And this was said to me by a Google employee. And she proved herself, or he proved herself to be a Google employee. Showed me screenshots of the inside Google and the meetings with all their CEOs. Showed me screenshots of that. Showed me the date and time. This was a real Google employee. Showed me all that shit. He or she was curious about Jeremy Fragrance with Bulgari seducing Jeremy with $10,000 to bump their fragrance on his channel, Bulgari Aqua Amara. That's why Bulgari Aqua Amara sold so many damn units, because they fucking they bribed Jeremy Fragrance to do it. And sure enough, Jeremy Fragrance bribed the fuck out of his subscribers to buy Aqua Amara, and Bulgari gave him $10,000. A lot of people don't believe that shit. I believe it. I see it. Aqua Amara fucking stinks, but everybody got it now. Why? Jeremy Fragrance bumped it. Another one that Jeremy Fragrance was bumping was Jay-Z Gold. Now, I don't know if Jay-Z paid him anything or gave him anything, but he should damn sure was pushing that Jay-Z Gold. That Yves Saint Laurent, Jeremy pushes that shit, but that shit is weak as hell. Don't even last. Doesn't even last. Anyways, so I'm still on my Mancera kick, but I picked up another kick, which is leather. There's a few leather fragrances I actually want to get. I'm gonna get that. Jeremy really pushes individual and YSL. Yeah. So I'm gonna get that Tom Ford, even though I don't like Tom Ford. I heard good stuff about ombre leather. I got Godolphin coming in from PDM. From DB, he told me Dark Rebel and Dark Rebel Rider, but John Varvatos is good. Looking for a Ferrari leather essence. That bitch is on Amazon or Walmart for $200 some. I was like, oh hell no. I was gonna get that Rasasi Laquan, I believe. That leather. For sure, probably next payday, I'm gonna go ahead and pull off Tom Ford and Polo Supreme leather. That's for sure. Now, I have a thing with buying 100 ounces unless I really, really, really like the shit. Like super like it, then I'll buy it. But I'm not getting Tuscan leather, man. That's just too fucking expensive and too little of it for too much. Tom Ford ombre leather is actually pushing it for me, with me. $200 for that shit. Damn near $200 for Tom Ford ombre leather. I think you can get it for a little less. Polo Supreme, I'll be good with that. And I'm gonna pull off the Dark Rebel and Dark Rebel Rider soon for the leathers that I actually want. I don't know what else kick I'm gonna come on. You know, this is a journey for me. Everyone has their journey. But this stream is basically just for the people to say what they really want. I don't know if you want me to say your name, because they can't read this. No one will read this after it goes public, or after it goes after it records and saves to my channel. No one can read your comments. So if you want me to say your name, I will. If you don't, it's cool. I know DB don't care, but I don't know about you. Just let me know, man. I ain't trying to put you in no mess or anything, so that's why I'm trying to be careful with people's name that I say. Yeah, it's like I said, this system that they have It's like they've already groomed all their people that they want to groom. You know what I'm saying? Um, YouTube pushes their content, but they won't push our content. Like someone like me, or DB, or Joey Cannoli, or you, or Cheap Sense, or Trace, they ain't gonna push that content. You know what I'm saying? They won't push our content. They'll push these people's content. Steven, Carlos, Big Bear Business. They'll push their content. So, in order for us in this community, it's war. It's like war. You know, it's not real war. It's YouTube, but it's war, man. We have to. This small community, us little people, have to stick together. That's just what it is, and say, and actually fuck these big top tier reviewers. You know, we have to point each other in each other's directions. You know, you hear somebody asking about a fragrance, don't go say go to Ashton or go to Steven. No, tell them to go to one of us who actually reviewed it, because there's more of us reviewing shit than they are. Us people in this small community, we review more shit than they do. That's a fact. All in all, because look at Mass Man Reviews right now. He's reviewing a lot of those Middle Eastern houses right now. All right. DB reviews like fragrances and clone houses that we really never heard of before. Like Dapper came up once. The DB's been into like Central Sessions, Happy Land, all that shit. I never heard of that shit till I started watching DB shit. You know, another one, Kyle from, I think his channel is a Fragrance Journey now or something like that. He pumped out a lot of fragrances I never heard of. Eric and in Fragrance 01, Fragrance Journey 01, and then in the Fragrance Runner, I bought a few shit because of them. And I would have never found those dudes if I hadn't gotten deep into this shit, into the YouTube community. Fragrance Ninja, I went to him a couple times. I combined the reviews of Fragrance Journey 01 and Fragrance Ninja to actually buy Sicily, because both of them talked about Sicily and they talked good about it, so I went and bought it. Red Tobacco I got off of DB. DB said that was his favorite, so I went and bought that, and I actually like Red Tobacco. Like Cheap Sense, I bought a few shit because of him. Jovan Musk, and to this day I still like Jovan Musk, Tropical Musk. What else did he get? Black is Black, he talked about that, and that was good. That was a good cheapy purchase. But some of these other YouTube reviewers that I bought shit from because they said it was good wasn't really good. Like CK1 Shock, I got that from Killer, and that shit was nasty. I'm like, really? Killer, you said this is really good? CK1 Shock? I don't know, maybe it's because of where you live. I don't know. Killer, what the fuck were you thinking? CK1 Shock is horrible, man. To me, that shit, it ain't all that. It's okay, but it like ain't nothing to brag about. I just watched the George the Fragrance Apprentice. He said he was talking about Peter's fragrances, and then he said all Peter's fragrances is great. I mean, he was boosting the fuck out of it. But then if you go to Peter himself, the creator of his fragrances, he'll tell you it's not for everybody. Some of his fragrances aren't mass appealing. So which one is it? Is it George's review or is it Peter? Who are you going to trust? The creator or a motherfucking reviewer who has a bias? Peter's telling us his fragrances isn't for everyone. His fragrances somewhat are for the established nose. George is saying it's all mass appealing. It's all great. His fragrances is all wonderful. Okay. Yeah, George. Yeah, we're going to take your word over the creator. Get the fuck out of here, man. George pissed me off with that fucking video, man. Talking about it's okay to beg for money or ask your fans for... No, it's not, motherfucker. It really isn't. It's not okay to get money from your... and misuse your people like that. Why you taking trips to go to Jeremy and living that lifestyle? I don't know. No, man. And then honestly, in your collection, George, your collection ain't all that. How many years you been in this game? Fuck, I think I got more in my fucking collection than you do. So where the fuck is all that money going to, man? It damn sure ain't going to cologne and fragrances. It must be going to your computer and your software and shit, if that's the case. Or going to your lifestyle or funding your plane trips or whatever. I don't know, man. A car note, something. Because it ain't going to fragrances. Because we seen your collection. Your collection ain't all that, man. You got some good fragrances, but you don't got many. Fuck. I only been in the game about a year. About a year, or a little bit over a year. And I think I'm catching up to your ass pretty damn quick, George. So, where the fuck is that money going to? And all your people giving you money. And your live streams and your super chats and all this shit. I don't know if you enable super chat. But I know damn sure you getting some free shit. You know? And when I bought George Zaharoff's fragrances, his trifecta, I wasn't expecting for any fucking percentage off. Or any handouts from George. I was just looking for the regular code that he gave everybody else. I was looking for a discount code that George gives everybody. Next thing you know, George is basically giving me some free fucking fragrances. I'm grateful. But I didn't expect that shit. I don't expect that shit from nobody. And I'm actually thinking about sharing that shit with people. So other people can smell it and go buy it themselves. So it's probably just two of y'all watching, man. It's getting close to my daughter coming home. 22 minutes. I gotta get out there in about 5 o'clock. Pick her up. I think that's it. So what I have coming, and then I'm end the video, guys, is Tom Ford Ombre Leather, the two John Varvatos leathers fragrances. I don't want to pick up Ferrari, too expensive, and I believe that's probably not as good as it is. Versace, I believe it's Versace Laquan, Polo Supreme, and I'm having a hard time with Gucci Guilty. And I'm out. Peace the hell out.